Welcome to A Mind for Life. We are here today with a new type of video. We're going to talk about something I usually don't talk about. I usually talk about things that are very clear and distinctly conscious and empowering. I'm still going to talk about something that's empowering, but I'm going to talk about something that's not so clear. I'm going to go into the shadow a little bit. Now, the shadow is just a word used to talk about something that's occult or hidden. Occult is just a word that means hidden. It doesn't mean something that's weird or hocus pocus. It just means something that's hidden. The shadow is, of course, hiding something. Now, to embrace the shadow, to pull the shadow into the light of consciousness is a good thing. Because if things are kept in the shadow, if they're kept in the dark, but they're having an impact, then how can we grab a hold? How can we change it? We're just sort of depending on things to happen. But in this channel, we are consciously using philosophical spiritual technology, and I talked about that before. So we're going to go into the shadow because this is a good thing to do. How is it that in broad daylight, Nazi Germany happened? How did millions of people become killed this way, slaughtered in the face of the world, in the face of the nation, but also in the face of the world? How did this just happen like that? How did slavery in this country just happen? How were millions brought over here and put into bondage? And slavery is an act. It's not just a word, a noun, it's an action. How did this happen in the land of the free and the brave? How did this happen in the face of millions of people? How did almost 1,000 people kill themselves by drinking the Kool-Aid in a religious context? And this is at a micro level, a macro level. It also happens at a micro level. But at a macro level, how is it that with all of the negative effects of processed sugar is still ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's being used in everything. And we know what it is. We know it's not good. We know this by now. How is this happening in the midst of millions and even billions of people? Why is it that Galileo was put on house arrest? Why? Why put a scientist on house arrest? What's the big deal? Why was Martin Luther King assassinated on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel? And John F. Kennedy assassinated in the back of a car in a motorcade? Why? Why was William Wallace's last words freedom before he was beheaded, hung and beheaded? He was being disemboweled. Why was Jesus labeled an enemy of the state? Really? By the government. By the government. How could the government label Jesus an enemy of the state when so many people today are led by his teachings? Not only was he labeled an enemy of the state, he was crucified. Not only by the government, but by the religious leaders at the time. And he was talking about spiritual things. The reason for this and the reaction is one word, according to what we're talking about today. It's brainwashing. Brainwashing. It's just that simple. Now, we think of brainwashing in terms of just the process. Even the word says brainwashing, so your brain is washed. But brainwashing also has with it an agenda. It has a plan underneath. That's not explicit in the definition of brainwashing. You see them, they came back around, they look different now. They act different, they talk different, they do different things. They're talking this crazy stuff. They're not the person they used to be. They've been brainwashed. That's what we say. You can't brainwash yourself, and that's going to come out in the future when we're talking here. This is going to be a mini series, about 3 videos. So it's going to be Brainwashing 101, the mini series, okay? Video 1, 2, or maybe 3. Now, I define brainwashing this way. Brainwashing is the very deliberate, covert changing of another's perspective according to an agenda or plan and to fulfill the agenda or plan. So brainwashing is the deliberate, covert changing of another's perspective to fulfill an agenda or plan. Now, in previous videos, we talked about the perspective generating mechanism, and that plays into this idea of brainwashing as a process and as an effect as well. Now, think of brainwashing in virus terms, okay? Think of it like it's replicating itself through you. A virus, as you know, is just has a protein coat, but it has genetic material. And the genetic material within the coat needs to express itself. It needs a host to do this. It wants to reproduce and replicate itself using the machinery of a host cell. Now, as a biologist, I've studied this over and over again. Now, I call it vironic. That's just a word I made up. Brainwashing is a vironic process. And I'm going to explain it in terms of the perspective generating mechanism that I talked about in the cosmology of being a couple videos back. In this process, briefly here, just a recap, you practice thoughts. It becomes what you know. What you know becomes what you believe, and that becomes your perspective. Okay, so in other words, you practice thoughts by reading things, hearing things, talking about things, having conversations. You're saying, I am. You're practicing thoughts. When you watch certain things, you're practicing those thoughts. It may seem like a passive thing. You're just watching it. But no, you're practicing thoughts. You're engaged with that. When you're having certain conversations, you're practicing thoughts. Now, the more you practice these thoughts, it becomes eventually what you know. When it becomes what you know, a belief is very easy to manifest now, because usually practicing thoughts over and over again will automatically make you believe it. It will elicit belief in you. Now, you have a choice to believe what you know or not believe what you know. We talked about that. But to come into an agreement with what you know as being true is your belief. Now, as you take this belief and you cast it onto experience, it becomes your perspective. It becomes your perspective. Now, this is a deliberate process. In other words, if you want to become more prosperous in terms of money, you will practice thoughts that match up with that effect in the outer world. So you will read things about how to make money. You will read things about how to use money, how to work with money, how to build money, how to build prosperity. You'll have conversations. You'll watch videos. You'll read books. You'll try different techniques. You'll do these long enough to where it becomes what you believe. In other words, now you believe you can be prosperous. You never believed this before. Now, with that belief comes the perspective. You cast that out. I can be prosperous. So now you start doing things in a different way. And your emotions will show you what you really believe, as we talked about before. Emotions play a key role. Now, in this brainwashing thing, we're not aware that we're practicing these thoughts. And more important than that is this. There's an agenda. There's a plan. These thought forms, and I talked about that, these thought forms are not just random thought forms. We're picking up subliminal programming. We're in a movie theater. Now we want popcorn. It's bigger. That's an agenda, but this is a deeper thing here. It has to do with who you are, how you're living, your perspective on who you are. And just like the virus comes in and hijacks, so do thought forms that are of the brainwashing kind. It takes over who you are. You become a different person. You start to live differently. So as you go from what you know to what you believe, there is a point that emotions play a keen role in that. Emotions are the tipper from knowing to belief. Emotions are a two-edged sword. Because in this process of becoming brainwashed, as I said, you're practicing thoughts to become what you know. Now, if fear is used to move you to belief, you get there much quicker. In other words, you know this now, you better believe it. You better believe it, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to die. Your life is going to come to ruin. That creates fear. So emotions are usually, when it comes to this shadow side, the emotions are what moves you from just watching this on the news or on TV, having these conversations. Emotion is what moves you from just that to believing it, and it becomes your perspective on life. It may take a while for that to happen, but if you keep practicing those thoughts, and the fear is embedded within those thought forms. Remember, thought forms are a bundle of being for you. It moves you to believe. It eventually will become your life. It will become your life experience. Now, I said emotions were a two-edged sword in this perspective generating process, and we're talking about brainwashing. Emotions, yes, move you from knowing to believe through fear in brainwashing, but they also liberate you. And this is why, because emotions can show you what you really know, what you really believe, what your true perspectives really are. You see? So, in other words, if I see a bear over here and I get scared, but before I came, my attitude on bears was that they were cool. They weren't going to bother me because I had seen this. I had this conversation. They were so gentle. They needed to be provoked, etc., etc. So I practiced those thoughts, and I thought I knew that. I thought I believed that. But once I really saw a bear, my emotions let me know, no, no, no. You really know something different. You don't know that yet. You really know something different. So you believe something different, and now your perspective is being revealed to you. This is what emotions do for us. And now when it comes to this brainwashing, this cycle here, it shows us what we really believe, what we really know. So emotions are the two-edged sword. You can see fear being used. And even a sense of superiority can be used to move one from knowing to belief. You know, a group can come to believe that they're superior based on that emotion, or inferior based on that emotion. But the point is that the emotion is the moving factor from knowledge to belief. And when we're talking about brainwashing, we're talking about those types of emotions, right? And when we're talking about being liberated, which we'll get into in the next video, we're talking about other emotions. So I'm going to end this video here, and we're going to do in the next video, we're going to expand on these ideas, because see, ultimately, we bring the shadow up to expose it to the light. We bring the shadow up so that we're not imprisoned and we don't know why. We're acting a certain way that we've never acted before. We're doing things that we don't really care to do. It's not a part of our design, but we better do it, because we this could happen. So I've seen this, I've heard this, and I need to do this. I need to. What happens is you have got into a place where you believe what you've been hearing and seeing now becomes your perspective. All right. So we talked about the shadow and the importance of shadow. I call it peep game, peeping game. That's one way to describe it. I also talked about certain brainwashings that have happened mostly on a mass scale, and how is this possible in the face of millions or even billions? Look at what's happening in the world today, and I'll let you fill in that blank. I talked about certain individuals who have come in through history to expose the brainwashing. Why did they have to come into the picture? I define brainwashing as the conscious or deliberate, overt changing of another's perspective to fulfill a plan or an agenda. Then I talked about how it's a vironic, and I made up that word, a vironic process. In other words, they operate by thought forms, the brainwashing, and it gets into your perspective generating process, your perspective generating mechanism, and how emotion intercedes between knowing and belief, and how emotion is a two-edged sword with this, okay? All right, so I'm going to end this video right here, and I'll see you in the next video. It may be one or two videos on this subject, but this is very important to bring out at this time. All right, thank you for coming to A Mind for Life. Peace out.